Hello guys, welcome to my channel DIY Repair Now. Today we're going to be working on this GE Artica and the model number it's on the display. Now the problem that we have with Welcome to DIY Repair Now. Read all the warnings, and during this video you will see one or more of these icons to help you do this repair safe. This refrigerator is that it's not giving us any digits on the display board by the dispenser, and it's not cooling properly. So we're gonna go ahead and check the main control board to see if we see any signs of burn spots or any visual things that it could be wrong with this board. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this cover. And we're gonna go ahead and look, like I said, for burn spots or yellow marks or anything that it can tell us visually what could be wrong with this board. Now at this point I already saw a couple things that is wrong with this board, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace it. But we also gonna look for damaged wiring. See, this wiring goes through the inside the cabinet, and sometimes it goes through the bottom of the refrigerator around the compressor side. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at all the wiring, because in the past I had a couple jobs where the wiring was touching the water, the wiring got burned out and things like that. So we're just gonna go ahead and make sure everything is good, all the wiring is good around the compressor area, just to avoid another issue. But at this point I'm very confident that it's just the main control board. So we just check everything for just to be on the safe side. I'm gonna go ahead and remove all these 5/16 screws with our 5/16 bit and the drill. If you don't have a drill, just use a regular 5/16 screwdriver. And like I said, all the wiring around here looks fine. All the wiring that goes from the board to the bottom, from the board to the compressor, looks good. So at this point we're gonna go ahead and put this panel back in place, because we already checked all the wiring, and we're gonna go ahead and replace this board. Now at the end of this video I'm gonna show you the things that you have to look on the board when you don't have any digits on the dispenser board in the front. So if you're trying to change the temperature and it's not working, the water is not working, because you have to change it from cold to ice, I mean from cold water to ice, and then it's not function, then you have to look for this. Over here is where the wire goes in from the main control board to the display, and if it doesn't go through that area, it would go through the bottom part of the door. And if you have a side-by-side, then it will go all the way to the bottom of the left door. So then you have to look for that wire on the bottom, just to make sure the wire is not damaged or broken or corroded or anything, because it happens to me in the past. So just look for those things. In this case we only gonna check the wiring there and the wiring on the bottom, but like I said, in this scenario we can tell that the board is damaged, so we're not gonna check those spots, because it's pretty obvious there is something wrong with this board. Now we're gonna go ahead and take a picture before we remove all this wiring, all this harness. And after you take a picture, just go ahead and start prying the main control board out. Just wiggle it until you remove all this harness, and just do it like I'm showing you on this video. Just try to be careful. This wire is a little different than the most common one. It brings two extra wires that connects to the front of the board. After you do that, you're gonna find like two little tabs that holds the board in place. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and pry those little clips, and then remove it the way I show you on this video. It's pretty easy. After you got it loose, just remove it and lift this harness, which is the most difficult to remove it in place, for last, and just wiggle it until you got it out. I'm gonna go ahead and sit this board on the side, and then I'm gonna show you after I install this new one what was wrong with the old board. Now this is the new board. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link on the description of this video. If you want to replace this board, just make sure the model number is the same exact one of this one. And also I'm gonna go ahead and put it right now. The model number, it's right there. I mean, the part number is right there. And we're gonna go ahead and start installing our new board, and we're gonna set it in place. Just make sure remove all the wiring out of the way and set the board in those two little clips until you hear like a little clip. That means it's secure in place. After that, just go ahead and install the wiring, these two wires, and the harness on the side. Yes, I do this pretty much every day, so I know which harness goes where. But for you, if you don't do this every day, if you're trying to do this repair by yourself, go ahead and take a picture, take more than one picture from different angles, just to make sure which harness goes where. Worst case scenario, if you forgot to do that and then you confused, look for a diagram on the front of the refrigerator. On the bottom of the refrigerator, you will have to remove the little dust cover on the bottom of the refrigerator, and there is a diagram there that it will help you how to put these cables where they're supposed to. You will have to read the diagram and try to understand how it goes. And at this point, we're gonna go ahead and install our cover. We're gonna go ahead and plug it in just to make sure it comes on. And at this point, I can hear the fans are working inside, compressor kicked on. So far so good. Like I said, I do this every day, so I was able to go ahead and plug it in and deal with all this. But my suggestion for you, if you don't know about electricity, just go ahead and don't plug the refrigerator until you already finished. This is the capacitors, and this is what I was telling you that I was gonna show you at the end of the video. Those capacitors are not supposed to be popped out. They're supposed to be flat. I think, yeah, the big ones are fine. They flat, as you can see on the video, but the little ones, they like a little bully on the top, and they supposed to be flat. So as soon as I saw that when I got here, I already knew that was my problem. But sometimes those capacitors might be looking good, but they not good. So if you don't have any numbers on the display, first check the wiring where I told you, and then replace the compressor afterwards. At this point, we're pretty much done. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this board in place. And some of the appliance sales will require a board back. I don't remember if this one has a cord charge, but if it has a cord charge, you will have to return the board. I believe this one doesn't have a cord charge, so try to save the board just in case. Put it back in the box. And we're just gonna go ahead and pick everything up and put our refrigerator back in his place. Just be careful, sometimes you will have like tight spots. You don't want to scratch any of the baseboard, but this one was very tight. We're gonna go ahead and set the temperatures the way they're supposed to, and we're gonna go ahead and check our water dispenser and the ice motor, the ice auger motor, to make sure if everything is gonna function correctly. And as you see, we got our digits back on the display panel. Just push it back. And we're gonna go ahead and get a cup. And as you see, we got water. The customer gets excited because he hasn't seen water in a long time. Now we're gonna go ahead and check if the auger motor works fine. Alright guys, if this video helped you in any way, you can show us appreciation by giving us a tip using the following options that you see on the screen. If you cannot provide with a tip, is another way to support this channel by just dropping off a comment in the comment section down below. Subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the bell to receive notifications. Thanks for watching.